と。ちょっと待って、これ消そう。これランダムに貼らしてんのね。ちょっと待って。やっぱオリジナルにしたいんだが、ここね、調整。なるほどね。そういうことだったか。姿勢はやっぱえげつない感じがいいな。ちょっと待てよ。肉体と運動能力って体力的なことだな。いや、運動能力も欲しいんだよね。精神はもう病んで、天才かつ精神病んでて、肉体最悪。天才的知性なんだけど、精神と肉体はぶっ壊れてるけど、運動神経はいいっすよみたいな。これどうだろうな。これの意味がわからない。得意スキルね。ドラマ版シャーロック的な感じ。これ1個しかあれできないの。論理でしょ。ちょっと待って。これは、これを1個選ぶだけなのかな。そういう感じだよね、多分。これでいこうか。OK。これでいこう。もう上げらんないもんね。上げらんない。OK。これでいこう。
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. And in inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
もっとちょうだい。
You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing.
めちゃくちゃ選択肢が。
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
いかれてんな。なんだろうな。ドグラマグラみたいな。
Do you really?
やばいな、この。なんだろう。なんかほんとなんか、日本三大気象を読んでるような。あれだよね。
Alright. Nothing town to fuck all borough.
やばいやばい。
Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will.
もう全く意味わかんない。
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from
い
hell.
やー、なんか、音もなんかやばい。
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice to name a motor carriage.
クープリス・キニーマ。うわー、もうなんか左下のあれがもうあれになっちゃってんじゃん。と左手右手みたいなやつね。ああ、そういうことか。右スティックでこれ選択できるのか。左スティックはある。で、選択。マウスみたいな。歩いて選択するのはどうやるの？歩く意味ないね。
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
三角中。ああ。なるほど。ステータス的にこれがエラーベールか。
You reach out to grab the tie,
失敗
but
した
what's
し。
this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you.
あ、そういうのもあんだ。
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. Very, very bad. This is the end bad.
これすべて諦めるにしたらもう終わんのかな。ゲームオーバーなのかな。
There's no shame in surrendering now. We all do. It gets so
終わ
dark.
ったな。
You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you. Cop suffers final
終わったな。
Detective Lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His
死んだ
death,
な。
though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented.
あ、そういう感じ？もうバッドエンドで終わんだ、これで。またですか？マジ？体を弱くしすぎたか。さすがに。っていうことかな。いやでももう一回さっきのでちょっと行ってみたいんだよな。姿勢をまずマックスまで。もう一回これで行ってみよう。またこれか。またこれね。
There is nothing. Only warm ever.
この選択肢でなんか変わんのかな。
Never ever.
さっきと変えてみるか。
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you.
ああ、ちょっと変わったな。
A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay.
さっきどっちだ
Sail
ろう
with
覚えて
me.
ね。
Alright. Nothing town to fuck all borough.
ああ、さっきなんもなしそうだよね。こんな生き物うんざりだともうどうにでもなる。
Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over. The song of death is sweet and endless. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, Wash your eyes open. It's a sound.
Somehow, you know what it is.
あー、でも一緒か。この音がやばいのよ。これイヤホンしてたら相当やばいのよ。だからワンミスでもう死ぬんだよな、多分。1だから。肉体ボロボロだから。まあちょっとこの操作感がいまいち、まだ分かってないね。なんで今カメラ引いたんだ。ああ、なるほど。はいはいはい、そういうことね。ああ、なるほど。あ、なるほど。装備を入手しました。ズボンはズボン。さすがに。はいはいはい。さすがにね。この操作感がマジで。これ黄色いこれは何？こうやって選択することはできないのかな。この右スティック常にやんないとダメ。あ、ここもこう選べるのか。あ、そういうこと。あ、これがあれだ。なんか人格の声だ。フレアカットのパンツのポケットに鍵が入ってる。
It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
よくわからん。なんでこの文字消えない？ああ、消えた。さっきこれで死んだからね。その前になんか他にもあるんだ。
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
窓ガラスが割れてる。はいはいはいはい。97% はいけるでしょ、さすがに。ホワイトスキルチェック。再挑戦できる。なるほど。
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
内側から割られた。
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
投げるタイプの物体手に持って使うタイプの物体ではないと思われる。なるほど。よし、鑑識してみるか。
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
拳より重く、さらに大きなものが。
Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend.
あ、靴ね。
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
はあ。選択肢細けえな。はあ。まあ、取り行った方がいいんじゃないですか？
The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
どういうこと？あ、インベントリーね。はいはいはい。これなんだよな。これさっき死んだんだよな。
This fan has two chain pull switches.
あ、ゴブゴブ？
One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
最長、これなんかなんだこの常に勝つとか。いやー、でもまた最初から嫌だしな。チェーンを引くにしてんのか。
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the time.
ああ、これでパーセントが上がってくんだ。電気92%。さすがにいけるだろうが。
You reach out to grab the time. But what's this? Diffuse radiating.
いやいやいやいや。
Doom comes over you.
嘘でしょ。あ、あ、でも
You feel something in your chest. An unnatural pressure.
いやいやいやいや。
It's spreading to your left arm. Your jaw. Yeah.
嘘でしょ。
Screaming isn't happening on account of extreme shortness
そうだ、だから諦めたからダ
You're
メだっ
just
たの。
making it worse. All you feel is pain and You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark.
嘘だろ。
You don't even see her face. Like your cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant
一緒やん。
CM passed away.
いや、だからあれか。さすがにあれか。タイが1はきついかっていうことか。マジか。ちょっと待って。マジか。 はいはいはいはい。さすがに2ぐらいしとくか。精神はもう病んでて、ここは天才がいいんだよな。平凡なんだよね、3だと。まあ、知性に、そうね。いや、だったらもう、そうだな。平凡なくらいならっていうところがあるんだよな。だったらもう最悪でいいんじゃねっていう。ただ体は丈夫よっていうね。これでいくか。ちょっと待って。これでいってみるか。でもなんかちょっとな、運動神経もなんか、ある感じの、あれにしたかったんだけどね。まあいいか。逆にいいか。逆にいいだろ。もう死にたくない。
There is nothing.
またこれ何
Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscience ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone. Alright. Nothing town to fuck all borough. Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir? The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere, like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly head. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice committed.
まだクープリスキニマって。大体一緒なんだよ、これ。やばい。ちょっと中断。 いやさて、とりあえず服着ようか。
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags. The whirling in rags is a...
これさっきと一緒だね。まあいいか。で、ジャケット着て。で、あれ？あ、まだ出てきてないんだ。あ、さっきどうやったら出てきたんだ。窓ガラスのあれが出てないよね。なんかさっきと展開が違うな。あれこれどうやって選ぶの？はいはい。出てねえよな。もう一回これ。
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. Make a terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. It's just a little hangover induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact. The lights are off. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
で、5分なんだよな。まあ、いっか。体力さっきより多いから。
You swoop up and touch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade.
90% で失敗して 58% で成功するって。
What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
ちょっと窓ガラスの選択肢が出ないのが気になるけど。で、靴だって多分このベランダにあるんでしょ？まあいいか、ちょっと部屋から出るか、いい加減。いい加減ね。あ、誰かいる。
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
クラーシェ。
A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
俺は軍人なのか。
No.
ならどうして俺のことを追い
Because
さ
you're
せ
a
るんだ。
police officer, sir.
警察官。
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no
3
less.
日前からここにいる。
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
ああ、これが論理が高いからっていうことだよね。この選択肢が出てきてるんだよね。クープリスキニーマってあの音だな。正直に話すか。
She nods.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged.
裏庭に傭
Body's
兵
been
がい
there
る。
for a week now. The locals probably got
首を
tired
吊
of
ら
it
れ
and
た
called
状
the
態。
cops.
殺されてるってことかな。
I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer.
あ、なんか出た。アンチ3%。彼女が肉体的に求めていることを伝える。3%。ああ、そういうことか。12だから、要は最高、あ、そういうことね。66を出さないとダメよっていう話ね。さすがに無理っしょ。いや、もう死にたくないですよ、俺は。
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
She looks back at you, a light glinting.
Goodbye.
はいはい、ようやく話が進んだな。あ、なんかちょっと足取りも軽くなってんじゃん。あ、さっきカバンを調べたっけ？やっちゃうな。さっきのベランダ云々が今回は全く出てない。あ、
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
タバコを手に入れて一服。いやー、タバコ吸いたいんですよね。完了。ああ、そういうこと。さすがになんか。
The door is closed. There is no answer.
あ、ここ入っていったよな。
Still no answer. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
マジ？じゃあこれかな？
That felt good. Everyone is a whore. Now punch a hole in the door. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits sturdily in the frame. and your fist hurts. This was all a very good, normal thing to do.
いや、靴は着たいんですよね。ベランダに投げたってさ、出てこなくなっちゃうんだよな。あれ？あそどういう構造だこれ。ここは開かないでしょ。あれ、このバスタブのところは扉だったのか。いまいちこの捜査官に全然慣れない。もう開かねえんだ。どういう構造だよこれ。バスルームにどういう構造だよこれ。近くにありそうだけどな、タバコぐらい。降りてみる。警察署ってこと？あ、違うな。マイク。カラオケがどうなのこうなってた？いまいちね、このテキストがね、難解すぎてあんま頭入ってこないですよね。回復アイテム。そんなことよりタバコなんですよ。
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
相棒。
あ
あ、なんかこれあれだな。PV に出てきたやつだ。
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting.
こいつがバトソン的なことでしょ。
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57.
Kim Kitsuragi.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
別の用事で忙しかった。
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Not...
This man is doing you a professional courtesy. He knows you haven't talked to the proprietor about whatever it was you...
It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
いや、ちょっと待ってくれ。タバコを吸いたいんだから。
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
ああ。いいや。
So, the body is still in the where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
7日吊るされてんだ。
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
確かに。
You mean you don't have a badge?
まあここ正直に。
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
なるほど。いつでも喋れますよ。インタラクトってどうやるの？ああ、そこに来るか。
Yes? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. If you insist. What do you want to know? That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, from my mother's side. It's not an interesting...
韓国人だよね。
I don't speak a word of Seolite, and I've never met either one of my grandparents. There is nothing ethnic I can tell you.
キラゲは日本だよ。
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to...
The lieutenant produces his small... We all have our different mediums. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Good. Let's change the subject. What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know is that the tone was muffled, using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizens Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
That's right.
お、経験値を獲得。
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
クシーにはなりうるんじゃないか。
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish the world...
いや、なりようねえだろ。
Cut this boring stuff off immediately. You know what this case is about.
あ、そういう意味合いでね。
Good point. Martinez is famed for its occult sex murder rites. We'll get on it immediately.
The weary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
No, not really. Was there anything else?
It could still be an otherworldly sex mystery in your head, with a dark twist even. He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit.
もういいや。
Hit him with it.
Good.
え？内陸帝国？なんだ内陸帝国？いいやいいや。ちょっと話を進めないとね。あ、なんかセーブ入ってる。この十字キーはなんだろう。なんか回復とかする。ちょっと待って、なんか、なんだ。タスクが、なるほどなるほど。増えてるよっていう。なるほど、同時並行で進められる感じ。タバコ吸いたいんですよね。まあいいや、先に話を聞くか。
A man in his late 20s with a thin, unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
What?
大いなる黄昏。
I have no idea what that means.
俺は深淵を覗いたんだ。この目で週末を見てきた。
What is this? A joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep...
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Huh? Advice か.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is...
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide.
She went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
ただ聞きたかっただ
Good for
け
you.
だ。
Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree.
これは
Who is this they if he doesn't know?
やらかしたやつだな、これ。こいつが。あいつらのって言った？あ？言ってた？まあいいか。
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
港湾労働者っていうのか
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
港湾かな
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they had was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
港を所有してる会社の警備員だったって話だ。何でも傭兵だったらしい。組合員たちはそれがメッセージになると思ったのかもな。これも聞いた。
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
聞いたか？
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias I manage. 3. Get over it.
経営者。
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
運動値低いからね。
Oh, you don't owe me shit. Well, officer, you're right. You don't owe me shit, you owe me money.
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember?
Fucking jump!
But you see, he didn't.
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here or some backpacking arsehole off the boat. The next day, when they can't make their fees, they get aggressive.
お前を逮捕する。
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
お前を逮捕しない。
What are you, brain damaged?
基本的な仕組みを思い出すのにさえ
Money
苦
is
労
what
してんだ。
grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend. And
金はどこ
are
で
you
手に入る？
serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
？There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
話はすまん？
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
勘弁してよ。
Maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance.
マジでテキストが膨大だなこれ。
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Why did you say that?
根拠。
The old thesaurus comes up empty. Maybe you should ask the lieutenant.
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying. Up on Marvel Hill, a great high place. One that is impossible to climb back to.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
時間適当な。なんだこれは。あ、また内陸帝国。ホワイトスキルチェック。今すぐ挑戦可能。白色で。これダメってことね。なるほど。市内地図を手に入れる。いやー、マジ全然進まんな。あ、これが公安労働者。
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
揉める必要ねえだろ。薬を取る。
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
この青いやつか。あ、なるほどね。オレンジが体力で、青が気力。いや、未だにタバコ見つかんないですよね。こんなとこにはねえだろうな。 R1 で出てくるの？
You should totally sing karaoke here.
あ、出た、内陸帝国。
Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast oceanic soul.
俺の心がちっぽけだ。
Like a small animal that only comes out at night. All it needs is to be heard.
確かに。
Through a PA system. By other people. Whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express.
何を歌えばいいんだい
？Yes?
いや、違う。金はいいのよ。あ？選択できない。なんもねえのか。そうね。出たらもうタバコなさそうなんだよな。一回裏に戻るか。上に行けるな。ここになんかあんな。これさっき調べてなかったっていうだけか。なんか金のコメントが増えてる。
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
21時になると就寝。なるほど。今朝の9時10分ってことね。靴、ここじゃないか。これじゃろ。はい。ようやく、靴が揃った。
There they both are. Two identical shoes.
シークレットタスクだったんだ。
And indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on it like two baby crocodiles.
マニオはね。
It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about.
浜マイク的な。さすがにこれ選択できねえ。いや、タバコはよ。ちょっともう一回ノックしてみる。
The door is closed. Still, nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick. You should punch a fucking hole in it. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce.
穴開けられんのかな
Still, the lieutenant. You should punch a fucking hole in it. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce.
Stop that.
さすがになさそう。これダッシュとかね、そんなねえな。こんなアップ。外に出るしかないのかな。タバコはよ。ここじゃない。ここのもなかったでしょ。これか。なんか右手に行ってどうのって言ってたけど、片っ端から調べる。
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? Oh, that's right there, in the yard.
北の裏には
There's the pier, the Capeside apartment buildings, some more tenements, the harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think, some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's just coast. There's a little fishing...
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water everywhere, pouring from the heavens in the shadow of the oak.
I don't know. The abandoned kind? It used to gather every spring, but there's nothing to do there now. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands.
全部見てたらマジで全く進まねえな話が。ちょっとある程度のところでもう切り上げていかないと。豚は豚小屋に帰れ。いや、タバコ欲しいんすよね、マジで。こんなとこにね、誰こいつとかくれねえの？あ。
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city. But it's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, what?
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind... But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to...
Silence. The air, your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers.
あ、タバコ。
No.
持ってねえのかよ。
He's got a smoke right there in his fucking hand.
いや、持って
Snatch
んの。
that shit out of his fat fingers. You need enough to listen to this garbage.
そういうこと？試験目。試験目。
Evidence of what? I haven't done anything. But, what, officer? Sorry, I couldn't be of any help.
え？
He's got a smoke right there in his fucking hand.
It's my last one. Why would I do that? I'm an honest man. I bet. Sorry, I couldn't be of any help.
マジ？
No, he's got a smoke right there in it.
It's my last one. Sorry, hold on.
マ
But,
ジ？
what, officer? Sorry, I couldn't be of any help.
無理か。
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books, huh? People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design.
Race is a simplistic means of social classification based on easily observed attributes, hunches, and pseudoscience.
Oh?
Go right ahead. You may be a cop, but that won't help you.
Lieutenant Kitsuraga's stern expression remains unchanged. Not a lot of moral fiber on this one yet, he thinks, wriggled out of it.
よくわかんないけど、切り抜けたのか。何かを。弁護いるのかもしれない。一旦配信切るか。